Yotei, I brought back all the stone and water I could find. Will this be enough?
Yes, I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another...
I'm very glad to hear it.
You and His Grace are very much alike, you know. You think only of how you might help others, and never of the danger to yourselves.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked a lot for him, and I thank you for it.
I am honored that you should say so. But I beg you, my lord, do not give too much of yourself for the sake of others. We could not afford to lose you.
I'll keep that in mind. Mid?
Ah, you make it sound...
Tell me...
It's most of what I need.
And
a cogwheel. Just gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight.
wait. The children... Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put...
The young'uns? But why would they... You know what? I'll keep working on the model. You go and...
Ah, sir.
Good, thankfully. Here.
I'll fit him to the smelter. May I present to you the Telemon Furnace?
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid, and I ain't about...
It's fine, really. My bag's, flexible enough already.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few...
You could just buy me a bigger...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some... And I reckon I know how. It's a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong, but it's also, well...
Stretchy metal.
That is the spirit. You'll love it. I promise. So, what do you reckon?
It's actually quite ingenious. Thank you, Owain.
Shh, don't mention it. You earned it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have all kinds of uses for it around the hideaway. Can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Dreaming up new ways to make life easier around here. Maybe even out there, too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together. That bag of yours will be the first of many. You mark my words.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm sure.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly.
Cid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one.
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds. Just in case.
That's good to know.
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard.
Thanks, Cid.
Well?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe.
Will it work? He's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right cog in the right... Well, you just wait and see. That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head? Or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen herself.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And,
Wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some... Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honour than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavour and sensation. A graceful beast emerging from
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent.
Decent? It's remarkable. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women?
I'll give it some thought.
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just... Etta's baby will be coming soon, and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Let the little tykes know they were welcome in the new.
So?
Well, the problem is that Etta's due any day now.
Is there anything I can do to help? All right then.
A good luck charm. But not just
any.
No. One made from the feather. There's naught lucky in all the realm, or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had
Only the big day is fast approaching.
That or the bird whose oar sits attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with...
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through my... I think I might make that my first port of call.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to outstay our welcome. The whole village turned out for a go on the back. Everyone except Zoltan has. Didn't see I...
Oh, but that reminds me.
Pico Cinder. How'd you come by this? And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
I'm sure. He didn't say so, but I think he wants to forgive you.
Huh. Imagine that. Yeah. You know I could never leave this place, don't you? Every time you put on mail, you and the Curse Breakers are trusting me with your... There's no greater honor for a smith than that. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness, but I will make good use of his cinder. And if that helps save even a single life, then he'll have my gratitude. What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he? Sounds like I better get to work. I've got a reputation to up...
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you pair put up with me sometimes, but I'm grateful all the same. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, about to put Zoltan back in his place.
Ain't got the art to tell him how similar they are. Stubborn bastards.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong. Still, it's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let bygones be bygones. No use grumbling about it now, though. Blackthorn's happy. Or as near to happy as he gets. And that's good enough for me.
Trouble with your gear, or... What do you want? That it? Fine.
Clive, my Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved.
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman.
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little... Alas, it seems that firm leadership... We must move quick.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many. But in my estimation, the realm's armies, as you've seen firsthand, certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes? But such cases are few and yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. In short, if Storm does not stand together...
But how would one even begin to unite?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to make... Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. And as luck would have it, I've already...
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first... Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle. And he has certain qualms about clasping arms with... well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
No, thank you, Clive.
Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong?
I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will.
His will? How?
In the crypt, beneath, after Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials. The Undying took the up, and in the process of doing so...
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience.
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I am ready to leave when you are.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mine's just down the road from there, are spewing at you.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akash, Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. Dorish sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on. If something ain't done soon, the old place will be overrun.
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought he might... You reckon we should tell him?
No.
Yeah, well...
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Here you are. All done?
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer.
I never thought I'd have to. Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes, at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Cid. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoltan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best.
I did, yeah. But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, he left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did
what you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah. So have I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. We're short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off. You, ready for the off, then?
We can't afford to waste any more time.
Right you are. Might be worth having one last word with the scouts, though. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls, and there are more coming up from the mines.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We'll put...
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I...
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate, but it won't come to that. I promise.
You'd better be right.
Take good care of Dravoj till I get back.
Leave it to me, and give those things what for, yeah?
All right. Which one of you's first? Nice try. Is that it? Apparently not. They're not getting past me. Now, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You stood in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
Have I been muted this whole time?
Yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
Hello.
Cid! You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravoged won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable.
That explains.
There's
I
no
asked
getting rid
Link
of that
if his
ether flood.
power was out, and he didn't say
Meaning that
anything
any
else.
living
Like,
thing which
well,
stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
yeah, I'd
And that's
say
if
it
the flood don't spread.
probably
If it
was. I was
does,
muted.
Well, I hate to say it, but the village's
Did
days are
Fuckface
numbered.
come in?
That may be, but we're staying just the same. With ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more importantly, it's our home. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right?
Fucking Christ.
And we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Blackthorn,
Oh yeah, I popped in. I've got
that's twice you've turned
lovely
up when Dravos needed you. So,
tabbed up.
thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so... You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true.
Little Johnny is making sure Dad is.
Finally.
Okay, good.
Something we
So that
can
means you
agree
don't
on.
have to go tomorrow.
I hope you see the sense of it eventually.
Good.
You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but...
Well, I'm glad Travis was able to
Dravos
work it
isn't
out.
what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia.
I will say this though. At least you saying what you did yesterday proved that you're willing to help with your dad. So can't his wife?
Not about the craft anymore.
His wife can't say that
Send my sons to war wearing the
you
ship
don't
was the
care
last this
anymore.
making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point.
Yeah, you were
The
exhausted
average
last night,
Castle
dude. You
apprentice has
passed
as much
out.
passion for the craft as our current lot.
I
Coming
could
back
tell when
to
you
us,
left this morning you were
Blackthorn.
tired. Oh,
Remind Dravoged what a
speaking
true
of this
master
morning,
blacksmith looks like.
fuck her. Speaking of this morning,
I'll
did
even
Amara
lend those
growl at
bellows
you
of
when you
yours if
walked
it
out the
means we
door?
can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him,
What do you mean she was on her
win
tip,
anyway.
like, bulked up? Well, how she tries to make herself look bigger.
the master smith.
For everybody watching, we're talking about the
back
dog.
in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Cid, I've got something for you.
And this is?
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to own an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravojd in the first place? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
You know what? I think you might be right. Clive.
Yeah, because she does it with me
Sultan
too,
came back the
and like I
highway,
said, she
did
does have the Rottweiler in her, along with the
He's
German
more than
Shepherd
welcome.
and the Pyrenees and
As
all
long as he can
that.
keep our secret.
So I think it is that.
Zoltan, get your tools. We've got a legend to
I don't
forge.
know. She's just weird. Wait, what am I doing? Okay, let me see. What else do I have to do in this area? Okay, I got something over here. Yeah, so apparently they found Clive and Joshua's dad's will. Come on, Joshua, with your coughing ass.
Your Grace, my lord.
Right on over here.
I trust your journey was not overly onerous. Cyril, you found a letter from Father? Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms. Only with all Rosaria striving as one, might we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way. It shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength and the courage and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and faith that I hold for both of you, your father.
An inheritance.
Son, you are a failure. Go
It
home.
would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of? His plans for the duchy, your grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies.
So everything
With the
Clive
blight
has
spreading ever
done.
more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides. Those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
It is true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it.
What do you mean Clive's mom sold him off? What are you fucking talking about? Also, everything in that letter and in those plans, Clive has done. What has Joshua done? That's all I'm saying.
At least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Oh, wait, no, hold on. I know what you're talking about. When she said leave him alive, he'd make a better soldier. At the beginning of the game. Yeah, it's been a long time since then, so I kind of forgot about that. Knowing her, as petty as she was, she probably just gave it to him for free. Just saying.
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
And with his powers, he'd probably go for
Perhaps
a pretty
you could
penny.
explain a little more. What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself.
That is why I am so glad that he was able to turn into Ifrit right in front of her ass. Because it was like, who the fuck is worthless now, bitch? And her face when she saw that, priceless.
But it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress, but with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed.
Facts.
I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening
That she was.
upon it. It is found in the
Her
bellies
killing
of
herself
older
was too good
griffins,
for her.
You see, we do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact,
Facts.
this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
My dad is
What
dead.
say you, Joshua?
What else?
That's an insult to bitches everywhere.
Titan's Wake is to the south of here.
I know where it is. I don't need you telling me where to go.
Ready, go? Run like the wind. Eyes peeled, Joshua. There it is. For House Rosfield. Muhammad! Kill! Nice try. Too slow.
I mean, I can do that too, buddy. See? Watch.
Too slow. Get him! All yours, Torgal.
Shit. Fucked up.
To me, boy. Nice try.
Oh, which one? Till they move. Yeah, the only thing I have about the Giga Flare is that if the enemies aren't like right in front of me, and I go to move to the side, it acts like it can't target them. Take this. you doing?
Oh, thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And the Heartstone claimed.
Yes, this radiant luster like frozen flame. It is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your Grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith. The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms. Only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But it was a promise that he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing, and so my pursuit continued. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us, for giving my service meaning.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Should we pay Father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive.
Take care of this while I'm here.
Do you see that too?
Papa?
What is it? Oh, please. Just make it stop. I'm scared.
Ready, girl?
Can't be Rutherford, can it?
The fuck?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
What was that you were saying? No healing nobody. Hey Joshua, you can take care of this one guy by yourself.
Torgal, kill! All yours, Torgal! Torgal, kill!
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as a...
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the... But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn... My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to...
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your...
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, when it should have been our decision all along. Now, we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dhalmekian fringes under control.
I will be right back.
Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals, but those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps?
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quinton. I hope I can convince him at least.
Okay, I am back. Alright, what am I doing? Okay, everything is done. Thank you. Alright, what am I looking for? Yeah. Rosaria. Whew.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
Save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there.
Oh.
Father always fought for what he believed was right.
Yo, for that helmet being out there fucking 23 plus years, that's pretty decent.
I never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may, that you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Oh.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Alright, let's go get this hunt done.
Come on. Straight home now.
Oh, he's kind of cute.
Couldn't have been just any mobile, could it? All right then. Let's try. definitely anything but ordinary. Now, let's get this vine back to the yard.
Another hunt. Maybe I didn't. Thought I did, but...
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav need. Excuse me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo near some gad hovel not far. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows? Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see.
Anything catch your eye? Much obliged. How do? Is that everything? I wanted one of those. A fair trade. I wanted one of those. A fair trade. Is that everything? Take care out there, eh?
Okay, so apparently I have some better gear I didn't know I had. Oh, that came from,
Just because the heavens have gone to wreck and
our
ruin, it
father.
don't mean we have to.
Going to his grave
Let's get this stone set out.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Vicerine.
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh, 1,000 Akashic jars couldn't hurt me. I'm the son of Rosaria, after all.
Can I help you with something?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's rum.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe the ravings of a madman.
It wouldn't be the first time. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's Ride. It sounds... It was too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
Can hardly make out a blooming thing.
Someone's brave.
Wait, we can use this?
Straight home now. This one's awake.
In a virtual battlefield.
Let's see what's inside.
No, let's not. I don't feel like doing that right now.
Let's go. Run like the wind. Tracks. They won't left by bandits for a change.
Here, maybe? Apparently so, because they're making enough. Yeah, there's more tracks there. Ambrosia.
More tracks. And these look fresh. The Chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is. I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned.
Don't make me kill the silver chocobo, please.
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before they change.
I get everything done so that when I go back to the hideout and just turn everything in at one time. Instead of running back and forth.
Good girl.
Faster!
must be up here.
I can walk from here. Quinton, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Just literally running town to town doing quests. Because I know from what everybody's told me is that I'm very close to the end, and to try to get as good as gear as I can. Which is why I'm doing all of this. Is there a closer? Not really. Wait, am I going the wrong way? Yes, I am. Wait, then why does it tell me? Hold on. Is there something up here too? Oh, yeah, there is. There's 3 things up there. Okay, that's why it's telling me to go that way. Let's run and do this one first, since it's... Sorry, Joshua, I didn't mean to push you.
Ready, go?
Yeah!
thought I didn't see that. Saw nothing.
This be Nickelberg.
Be safe.
Okay. I don't think we've been here before.
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here?
Ah. Did you too heed the call?
Heed the call? No, I came here looking for someone. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Is that so?
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
It is my home. The others, they heeded the call.
You keep saying that. What do you mean?
They came here to perform the rite, just as King Barnabas instructed. This village is their altar, where they shall cast their souls upon the gentle waters and give themselves to the Lord.
Give themselves?
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins.
Let us be reborn in your loving arms.
Free us from the torment of this mortal realm.
They want to be saved. Forgive me. But did another foreigner, like me, come here? He was probably wearing a cowl.
You mean the traveler from Stone? Yes. He's dead.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll go and greet him.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Yeah, something don't seem right about this.
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, are you? Lord Rosfield.
That's right. And you must be the third chair.
So why hasn't he reported to his people?
Cyril was worried for your safety. He sent me to find you.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill. Much less you, my lord.
He said that you had failed to report. Is there a reason for that?
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, the more my own faith began to falter. You have seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before. Praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills and reborn in their Saviour's light. Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my lord and master, but this... it is different.
Oh, Lord, he got roped into the cult. He went from one cult to another.
And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream. That they might do their duty to their lord. Even if it should keep me from doing my duty to mine.
You do understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become a Kashyyyk. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of salvation. Forgive me, my lord, but I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great... Did you hear that, my lord? Something is happening.
I'll go and find out what. Stay here.
Oh, ether flood.
An ether flood. Oh no. There must be something I can do. Echoes as well. Found her.
Ready, brother?
Ready. What now?
Holy shit.
We meet again. I've killed your kind before. Nice try. Too slow. Nice try.
I don't like that thing dead.
Damn it.
It's not that easy to kill them.
You die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation by devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in, a duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashyyyk in order to achieve it.
Damn.
Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
Yeah, and now I gotta kill him. Because of you. Wait, what the hell? Sometime later. No, I want to know why they didn't. Okay.
They are saved. Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
Well, at least they teleported me back to where I need to turn in the quest.
My Lord
so I have to do
Marquis,
it.
welcome back. I am glad to see you hail.
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickelberg. I'm sorry that I couldn't save him.
If you could not save him, no one could.
The villagers, they were believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life...
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted
a noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be, only that the decision, we live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them, we protect them, and yes, we die for better or worse. That is our creed.
But he didn't die for your creed. He died to save them. And you still believe that what he did was right.
I believe that he believed it was. We of the Undying are not slaves, but willing servants, and this was his will. The ultimate expression of it.
All right. I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. It's only right that I remember them. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been the greatest honor of my life to serve House Rosfield. Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. I pray with all my heart for your success.
Yeah, me too.
And were they here, I have no doubt but that every one of my fallen brothers and sisters would feel the same.
Let's see. Okay. I think we only got like 3 more quests to do, and then we can go after in-game. Okay, let's go backwards then. Get that one.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by Akashic. I need to hurry.
They really don't let me ride my chocobo through here. Oh.
to right from here. There were no guards, I take it?
None manning the gates, no. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already...
Don't give up hope just yet. But let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's thickest there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life. Locked up tight. So this place was no ordinary prison, and I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled. Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that. They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared. Nothing but a Kashyyyk down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on. locked downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents, and it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that.
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when...
All right. I'll be...
Let's see what we can find down here. A survivor. She sounds close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone?
Even though I look like scary as
Are
hell.
there any other survivors?
Some of the guards, they're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Oh shit.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
Why I gotta do it? Oh.
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Yo, he is huge. Joshua looking like, why the fuck are we doing this? Oh, how the fuck do I get in here? this was the other hunt.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen. Nice try.
Oh yeah. Whew.
Finally.
Cid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate... He was here. Do you think that...
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick... You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to say, that's the man.
I wish I could have. I'd like to.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever... For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easy. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in some...
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool.
Hyde Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their... and the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for...
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Took me back to the hideaway. Alright guys, I think this is where we're going to end it. I have got to go and make dinner and do all that. So tomorrow is Friday, I believe? No. Yes, tomorrow's Friday. We will finish up the rest of these side quests and more than likely finish the story tomorrow. Because I'm trying to get on early. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Well, good rest of your night, I guess. And I will see you guys tomorrow.